This is the fourth year of the recitation contest, which is sponsored by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Poetry Foundation. This year in Maine, 2,700 students from 36 public and private schools participated in the 2008-2009 Poetry Out Loud program. On February 3rd, the Southern Regional Competition took place at Portland Stage Company in Portland, where 5 finalists were selected, and they are Connor Trigotis from Kennebunk High School, Ian Wright from Berwick Academy, Hannah Towers from Cape Elizabeth High School, Noelle Beck from Madomic Valley High School in Waterboro, and Jonathan Dana from Freiburg Academy. On February 12th, the Northern Maine Regional Competition took place at the Minsky Recital Hall at the University of Maine, where 6 finalists were selected. And they are William Witham from Bangor High School, Catherine Reynolds from Erskine Academy in South China, Alice Hofgren from Waterville Senior High School, Maggie Detrey from Maranicook Community High School in Reedfield, Sam Schuth from Shedd High School in Eastport, and Taylor Schultz from Ellsworth High School. I congratulate you all and wish you all the very best tonight and with everything that you choose to do in your lives.
I can think of no greater place in Maine, and this is the 4th we've attended, to put poetry on air. And it has been told that in order to truly appreciate poetry, you have to give it air. And I can think of no greater place in Maine than the Camden Opera House to have you perform in this evening.
With the help of their teachers, the support of their schools, the love of their families, and their own discipline and fortitude, these students have arrived at the Maine State Championship for Poetry Out Loud, a national poetry recitation contest.
I really love what Poetry Out Loud does for students because it gives us a chance to kind of express ourselves through a different medium. So I participate in Poetry Out Loud because it allows other people to see what I enjoy doing, and I can express myself through someone else's words. It kind of gives the audience a little piece of me.
I like to perform. I really enjoy theater, so as this, you can talk to people and perform at the same time, and everyone's looking at you, and you're kind of like the center of attention, so it's kind of cool. I like it.
Originally, it was for extra credit in my sophomore lit class, but I decided that I really liked it after the first time, and so I decided to move on to regionals.
Poetry Out Loud is mandatory for all 4 years that you're in an English class, and I'd done it the 3 years previous. I'm a senior, and I had liked it, and I won the school competition and just kept going.
It was actually forced upon me at Bangor, where particular English teachers will have their students, memorize poems, and then they'll have to compete at the classroom level, and they'll get graded on it more or less. And then they pick 3 kids from each classroom to go on to the school competition, and this year it was 60 kids, so it was pretty big. I know when I was a sophomore, I knew nothing about it. When I was a freshman, I knew nothing about it. But junior year, it's Poetry Out Loud. You should do that.
I'm doing Preludes by T.S. Eliot, Sonnet 116 by William Shakespeare, and On the Existence of the Soul by Patty and Rogers.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken.
I really like the sonnet, but I'm a huge fan of Shakespeare. I have been in a lot of productions, but probably my favorite would be Preludes. When I was a sophomore, I memorized the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock for an extra credit assignment, and so I was really familiar with T.S. Eliot's writing style.
The poems I'm going to be doing are The Secret of the Machines by Rudyard Kipling, and it's sort of long and has a lot of verbs and adjectives, so it's good. And it sort of just talks about industrialization and machines, obviously, and do we need all of them? What's their purpose? And it's sort of like a machine talking to the audience, the reader or whatever. And it's pretty interesting, pretty philosophical, I guess. The second poem is Mingus at the Showplace by William Matthews, and it's sort of like a jazz poem, and it's about Charles Mingus, the bass player. And it's pretty short, and it's sort of funny, I guess, if you're into it. But it's just this young kid, 17 actually, so I'm 17, so sort of fits pretty well.
I was miserable, of course, for I was 17. And so I swung into action and wrote a poem.
And then the third poem I'm doing is I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. And so that's really well known. And the poem itself is almost like a Hallmark card, so it's sort of hard to do without sounding like you're singing or something like that. So.
Our runner-up, Alice Hofgren from Waterville. The Maine State Champion for Poetry Out Loud, please congratulate William Witham, Bangor High School.
This is The Secret of the Machines by Rudyard Kipling. We were taken from the ore bed and the mine. We were melted in the furnace and the pit. We were cast and wrought and hammered to design. We were cut and filed and tooled and gauged to fit. Some water, coal, and oil is all we ask, and 1,000th of an inch to give us play. And now, if you will set us to our task, we will serve you 24 hours a day. We can pull and haul and push and lift and drive. We can print and plow and weave and heat and light. We can run and race and swim and fly and dive. We can see and hear and count and read and write. Would you call a friend from half across the world? If you'll let us have his name and town and state, you shall see and hear your crackling question hurled across the arch of heaven while you wait. Has he answered? Does he need you at his side? You can start this very evening if you choose, and take the Western Ocean in the stride of 70,000 horses and some screws. The boat express is waiting at your command. You will find the Mauretania at the quay, till the captain turns the lever 'neath his hand and the monstrous 9-decked city goes to sea. Do you wish to make the mountains bare their head and lay their new-cut forests at your feet? Do you want to turn a river in its bed or plant a barren wilderness with wheat? Shall we pipe aloft and bring you water down from the never-failing cisterns of the snows to work the mills and tramways in your town and irrigate your orchards as it flows? It is easy. Give us dynamite and drills. Watch the iron-shouldered rocks lie down and quake as the thirsty desert level floods and fills, and the valley we have dammed becomes a lake. But remember, please, the law by which we live. We are not built to comprehend a lie. We can neither love, nor pity, nor forgive. If you make a slip in handling us, you die. We are greater than the peoples or the kings. Be humble as you crawl beneath our rods. Our touch can alter all created things. We are everything on earth, except the gods. Though our smoke may hide the heavens from your eyes, it will vanish and the stars will shine again, because, for all our power and weight and size, we are nothing more than children of your brain.